What I'm about to take us into takes us all the way back to the year of 1969 when 6-year-old Dennis Martin disappeared without a trace in the National Park of the Great Smoky Mountains in Montana. What was supposed to be a fun and loving family trip turned into a nightmare that the Dennis family unfortunately will never escape. It was a sunny afternoon when the Martin family was enjoying time outside of their cabin when they noticed they couldn't find Dennis anywhere. They screamed, searched for hours, but nothing. This led to the most extensive missing person search in all of national park history. It had over 1,400 separate searches and covered a 50-mile square radius, but nothing. Tired and distraught, the Martin family will soon learn that Dennis will never be found. I am here today to inform you about the hidden secrets and dangers in the U.S. national parks. In June of 2023, the New York Post stated that 1,180 people have not only gone missing, but were never found from national parks since the year of 2018. First off, I will go over the brief history of these national parks and the start of these cold disappearances. Secondly, I will go over why these cold cases are so strange and the main theory that people thought of behind them. Lastly, I will go over why this is so scary and what you could do to stay safe in these parks. First off, I will give a brief history lesson about these national parks. President Theodore Roosevelt thought of this systematic way to keep the pristine areas and landscapes of the U.S. clean and free of urbanization. His idea was to preserve and protect the beautiful landscapes that the U.S. has to offer. Now, this national systematic park system grew to 63 national parks over time. But with these national parks came cold cases since the 1930s. Cold cases, also known as disappearances that went cold, that lacked evidence and lacked substance. Since then, cold cases kept arising, leaving everybody so concerned and wondering what is happening. With that, national parks have heavy terrain that do cause many casualties. They have animals, but these cold cases have no track at all. So what is happening? A lot of people theorize that there are feral people living in our national parks, causing these cold cases that we can't figure out. Well, if it was an animal, there would be traces of blood, body parts here, etc., but nothing. Terrain casualty, they would find a body because these are trained professionals looking for the missing people, but nothing. The only thing left to explain is the odd theory that there are feral people living in these parks. Maybe that's why President Theodore Roosevelt is protecting these areas. Now I will go over why this is such a scary situation, but what you could do to stay safe so that you could still experience and enjoy these beautiful landscapes. It's really interesting because a lot of these people that go missing in the national parks are avid nature goers, avid hikers, people that know the backcountry, know how to survive, even park rangers, but they're disappearing without a trace. They're the group of people that shouldn't. So what is happening? Again, feral people are the only way to explain this strange phenomenon. So what you could do to stay safe is mostly recommended staying in a group of people and try not to travel alone. Always let someone know what your plan is so that they can keep track of you. And it's always a good idea to keep a weapon with you, whether it's a pocket knife or pepper spray, and know how to use it. Stay away from dense forested areas and stay with populated areas instead. So today I informed you about the strange disappearances and hidden secrets amongst national parks. First, I went over the history and the start of the disappearances. Secondly, I went over why this is so strange and the main theory of feral people living in these parks. Lastly, I went over why this is so scary and what you could do to stay safe. Dennis would be 94 today, but his remains were never found. His family had to live their entire lives without knowing what happened to their 6-year-old boy. So it is with utmost importance to understand what is going on, to know what is going on, so that we can not only keep ourselves safe, but our loved ones safe when visiting and enjoying the experiences that these national parks have to offer. Thank you.